I don't know. What, you got the minutes? Oh, that's minute, okay, yeah.
Yeah, she said she'll be a few minutes late.
No. Yep.
Oh, I got all kinds of stuff. I won't say much, but go to a tree or two.
I feel like an adult. Go on the table.
You know what I forgot? I forgot to get the roll call sheet. Shoot, what's the Wi-Fi password here?
Doesn't it feel like there's no heat on in here?
No, there isn't. I don't think so.
I think
What do
this
you
is all I
turn it up
need.
at?
Doesn't it have everybody on it?
Need Carly, right, have a quorum?
I don't know, is there some
Okay.
service?
6, right?
Yeah.
Figure out how to turn the
Get
heat
the
up.
Teams thing.
I know.
Did you get copied on that?
Hey, Josh.
I don't know what our
where do you
bylaws
think
are,
the
but
heat's at?
if we
Where
could
do you turn
have,
the
you
heat
know,
up
if
to?
someone zooms in, if we could change the bylaws to allow the Zoom board member to vote.
Right,
Yeah.
it's right there.
Because nowadays, you know, there's so many more options in there.
Job on running the meeting last
Oh,
night.
there, I heard it kick in.
Yeah, you did great. I didn't watch it all.
Open it because I forgot about that. I think he's teaming in.
I zoomed off when you,
Yeah.
it went dark.
Can't get into email though. You can't get Outlook.
No, this is just a
Thank you.
public lap, like,
You can do it on your laptop separately or?
would be on my laptop, you wouldn't be able to hear,
Living the
or you
dream.
wouldn't be able to hear him.
Yeah, we're doing great. Busy, busy. People think, are you
Just
busy?
have them call my
the
cell
winter?
phone,
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I can see if there's an option to,
add somebody.
Yes. Someone picked a spot for
Try
it.
texting.
his Outlook here, but I doubt it's,
Like a dial. You just put it, you just turn it.
Put them on my phone.
That's right. That's what I got. Yep, it's got a needle. You can hear the furnace kick in.
I could do it on my phone, but
Yep.
he's probably not gonna be able to hear anybody else.
They're actually,
really, in reality,
Hey,
I
Paul.
think it just needs to be a Zoom link on the website, and
Yeah.
oh, goody.
That one for you? The Liberty Mutual.
you can sit right there.
That sounds great.
You can.
I can, thank you.
Right. I can get through my phone, but he's not gonna be able to.
Did you get your,
Thermostat
Okay,
101
There we go, I
class.
got it.
Sorry.
the 101?
Yeah, for the thermostat.
Oh, I'm over there.
Why'd you sit next
I guess I'm gonna go over there then.
Okay, you can
Already
go.
gave you all the paperwork
You
over
can
there
go
too,
over
Carly.
They already got you
to?
over
You're gonna
there.
hide in the corner.
You got your
I got it up, yeah.
Do I have everybody? There'd be 9 of us, right?
And,
Carly, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
yeah.
Not as late as I thought it was gonna be,
6
so
for
that's
quorum.
good.
Yeah, should have
Oh,
six.
I don't
When
have,
kids are around, you know, fun
Okay.
times.
probably right myself in there.
That I couldn't get done. I'm like, okay, I gotta quit,
No,
take a
get
shower.
pause.
Lenny.
Yes, you gotta pause.
Rick, can you
got
hear
it.
me? So they don't have Outlook available through, so there's no way for us to do Teams, but I can do it on my phone. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear
talk about
everybody
Rick.
though.
This live, I mean, is it a live stream where he can, I don't know.
I can hear you, yes.
I
I
think so.
can probably,
Put the,
I
Right.
got him on speak. Is he on speaker? Maybe.
mic near the phone, maybe?
On speaker.
Is there a link to the recorded ones on our?
Yeah, we can hear
website
you.
yet, or no?
We're just trying to turn the volume up.
Take a second.
Back person.
Oh, yeah, I qualify for that? Thank you. I have to go to a show tonight, so
It's so cold like this.
What did live streams
Yeah,
on
the water main breaks.
It's just a matter of trying to get
big.
hooked up.
Under, you have to
Not
kind of get.
necessarily, but usually what happens is water main breaks will end up either in somebody's yard
live right now.
Great.
or road that ends up in
It
the.
says
ground.
you're on there,
then the drains will
Jared,
freeze
so
up
you could do it through your
downstream.
laptop,
Okay.
but I don't know.
So, yeah, it doesn't, I'm
have
not
to
under
have
the water
Wi-Fi.
department, but I don't know if you saw
I
the
still
one in
wouldn't be able to
Detroit.
connect
where it
is the
flooded
problem.
those
Yeah, I
streets.
did see that. What a, you know,
Yeah,
you know it's gonna
share
freeze
that.
immediately. when
Oh,
it's just
yeah,
Teams,
it
it's not-
just,
The
it makes
cars
it.
are
I
frozen.
wouldn't be able to connect to the TV nor would I
So I
be able
mean,
to-
we don't have that
Via voice.
necessarily, but we do have it in the
I'm
drains.
just saying it might be
And it'll
louder than my
freeze, you know,
phone,
as long
I
as
don't know.
it's in
All
the
right,
underground,
give us another
it's not
minute
so
and then
bad,
we'll
'cause
get
it's
started.
warmer underground.
Okay.
But the minute it gets in the open, pew, freezes.
Only one on the
Yeah,
team
oh, yeah,
is
we
But
got
we're still
Well,
cleaning
yeah, we
out
do.
drains
Just
like
you,
crazy.
me, and him.
louder
My
on-
contractors have been working.
Yeah,
on
it
it.
seems like
Rick,
Hey, Rick, I don't know if you heard that. Can you just call my cell phone and we can probably hear you better?
wow, there's leaves everywhere.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
It's a mess.
Will do, thanks.
Feel like they fell late, winter came early.
Yep. Michigan's really freezing over, so water's gonna come up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Probably be, a lot of people want it to come up a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit.
No, it's gonna be good. You'll see Spring Lake come up, you'll see, Lloyd's will come up again, Lake Michigan. I'm going to be concerned about, at least we had a couple snow melts already.
all right, Paul, you got him yet?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
hey,
Is that
good.
better?
It'll be, ice.
We can hear him a little bit
Yep.
too, so.
All right.
All right, well, hey, we'll call this January 28th Spring Lake Lake Board meeting to order. Michelle, if you would do the honors of calling roll.
Okay.
Oh, wow, I have a computer screen with the agenda on too. We are really moving up.
Josh Bruger,
Here,
Joe Bush,
Here,
Rick Soldo, Michelle Hazekamp here, Jim Walters,
Here.
Carly Schultz,
Here.
John Nash, Dave Billinghurst,
Here.
Roger Vanderstelt,
here.
Stephanie Barrett.
all right, looks like we have a quorum, thank you. Any additions to the agenda that anybody's aware of? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion?
Support, Bush.
Motion and support, Carly and Joe. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Let me check these off as we go. Item number 3, wow, the mic is really working today, too. It's a little awkward. All right. Let's take a moment to review the meeting minutes if you haven't already. And if anyone would care to make a motion to approve those, I'd be grateful.
So moved.
Got a motion by Jim,
I'll support it.
second by Roger. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. All right, on to number 5, financial report from Rick and Joe. Rick is, for those of you listening at home, Rick is calling in remotely. And I'm not sure if Rick or Joe is going to give the update, but one of you guys can take it away.
I can give it. I've got most of the information, so, and I'll pass over to Joe if he's got anything to add.
Rick, we can hear you loud and clear. This is perfect.
Excellent, glad to hear it. Okay, so late last year, we had a proposal from Ottawa County to begin charging a fee to the Spring Lake Lake Board for accounting services. I felt given the amount of work that's asked of them and some of the changes that we required, that it was a very reasonable proposal. However, we need to work through the details and also make sure that we're getting best value for money. So we put together a request for proposal, an RFP, that was sent out to 3 CPA firms. In addition, we placed an ad in the Grand Haven Tribune identifying that we were seeking our responses to this RFP. From that, we had 2 CPA firms respond. One, DeBauer, Bauman and Company, provided us with a complete proposal. The other, one second, H&S Companies spoke with me on 3 occasions, but in the end decided not to bid. This was actually even just yesterday that I got the final feedback that they just didn't feel that they could be competitive. The numbers associated to those bids, DeBauer came back with a first year price of $17,080. And even that I thought was at least reasonable. They would have had to set up a QuickBooks system in order to track the financials. They would have a variety of staff and manager level activities, etc. But this did not include any audit services. And through the discussions I had both with them and the other CPA firm, I was led to believe that the separate costs associated with audit would probably be in the $5,000 to $12,000 range, depending on certain factors. So in total, for the proposal that we've gotten from DeBauer, it would have been $17,000, say with another $5,000 minimum would be $22,000, compared to the proposal by Ottawa County, which was for $10,000, I believe $700. Just double checking that. So in my opinion, that suggested that we're far better off staying with Ottawa County for these accounting services. They're less than half of the price, and it does include all audit activities as well as part of their normal accounting reviews. So taking that next step, then we worked with the legal entity or the legal folks at Ottawa County who drafted a contract. I hope Joe has copies of that with him. That contract is basically for all of the services that they are currently conducting, reporting, audit activities, accounts payable, check payments, and management reporting. So I think that it's a very fair offer, and I would like to move that we accept that contract and use them as our accounting services moving forward. Any questions on how I approached the RFP, the bids, or any of the results that we got from that?
Rick, I'm getting no questions by the look of it.
And everybody got a copy.
Yep, got a copy in front of me. That's great. Thank you, Rick. Excellent job. I know it took a little while to get some of those getting people to show interest, and you took the extra step with the Tribune. I think that was great. Because Rick is remote right now, my understanding, at least what we've discovered at the Ottawa County Board, is that he can't actually make a motion or vote. He can participate just as he is. Everything's good. So would anyone up here care to make that motion? Maybe Joe, because you're the other side of the finance guy? I don't know.
I can
You
make
could do
that
the honors
motion.
if you want.
I can make that motion.
I do have one quick question. Did we get any legal review on the board side?
The
That's
same
a fair
attorney.
question, and we may feel that it's appropriate to do that.
But you can.
County reviewed it, though.
Well, Stacy's firm, Kyle did. Kyle, who,
The county did it on their behalf, not on Spring Lake Lake Board behalf.
correct. So Kyle is
With
our,
that said, I've reviewed many contracts over the years. I've reviewed this one. The terms are relatively straightforward. We have a 90-day out clause if on either side if we feel that we want to move on to different solutions. It's a renewable once per year. It's governed by state of Michigan law, etc. So overall I think it's relatively simple. If you flip through the roughly 3 or 4 pages, I would say it's reasonably boilerplate kind of contract language.
Yeah, Rick, I'm seeing the same thing. Jim?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a chance to read through it line by line, but I certainly trust Rick's impression of that, having dealt with many of these before, much more than I have, so.
And I think from a historical perspective as well, the county had been providing the very same services
Same services.
for us at no
Exactly.
cost for a number of years, and so now this just firms that up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
comfortable.
firms
with
it
Rick
up and gives them some compensation for the real work that they're doing on our behalf.
Yeah. Let's not tell them about the other quotes, shall we? Joe, you didn't hear anything,
Good
did you?
point.
I didn't hear, what'd you say?
I'm hearing various things on what needs to be posted to our website, and I'm happy to provide whatever it is that is required. As I said, I have the proposals, I have the numbers, et cetera, so I can provide anything that's needed.
Got it. Oh, that's great. We could look into that, yeah.
So just for clarification, Kyle who is our attorney for the Lake Board, actually drafted the language.
Oh,
So he does it all over the state. So it
okay.
wasn't corporate counsel at the county, but it's the county, it's the attorney that we use through Fahey Schultz, Kyle
Conflict
drafted
of
it.
interest.
we're good.
Okay.
So he does it all over.
They're not the county per se as a whole, they're not their attorney.
No, no, we didn't use corporate counsel, Doug Van Essen or anybody. We used the Lake Board attorney to draft the Lake Board agreement for the services, if that makes sense.
Makes
So it was
sense?
Kyle.
Makes sense? So we've got a motion by Joe and a second by Jim, I think?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't want to force you into it. if
No,
you-
that's
you don't
fine,
want.
yes, second.
All right, because there is a dollar amount on this one. If you do a roll call, Michelle, that would be great.
Yep. Okay, Josh Bruger,
Yes.
Joe Bush,
Yes.
Rick Soldo, or he can't vote, he's remote. Michelle
I
Hayes.
refuse.
Michelle Hayscamp, yes. Jim Walters,
Yes.
Carly Schultz,
Yes.
Anish not here. Dave Billinghurst,
Yes.
Roger Vanderstelt.
Yes.
All right,
Motion carries.
carries.
All right, unanimous approval. Rick, thank you so much for all your work on that.
Sure.
Question, when is this?
We can now transfer over to review of the year-end financial results. I believe you have the budget versus actual as well as the transaction report, the treasurer's reports in front of you. I'll just point out a couple of items. Obviously, we're
Roger,
now
I'll come
fully
back to you.
complete with all expenses that have flowed through. So you can see our actual year-to-date spending for the various expense items is just over $113,000. But it did not have to include any payment for the bond itself. That will begin starting next year. So we're well under there. Good news is we have a very healthy cash balance, $673,000. That's the number at the bottom. A very important item to understand is the bond proceeds. Previously, in the last budget versus actual that I presented, I think the number was more in the 2.37 million range. It was adjusted after we found that there was actually a premium paid on the auction. And so the amount of proceeds that we got for the bond was about $130,000 more than we had originally expected. These things are sometimes variable, they're auctioned, and we ended up in a very good position. So we ended up with about $130,000 more, so really good news there. All the other items I think have been reconciled. The reports should tie out precisely to what you have. I have not done anything with 2026. Right now, I believe you have a page that shows 4 transactions in 2026, but I haven't yet set up the 2026 budget versus actual. But you can see the items on there are fairly straightforward, and I'll certainly can respond to it after we get through the quarter.
So Rick,
Any questions on the financials?
Rick, I did hand out the budget versus actual, and then they have a 2025 to present, and then I did have the sheet that Megan put together of a breakdown of every single transaction on a separate sheet. So it's all spelled out individually for everybody, were those numbers, who got paid. So just so you know, I know you can't, well, you can probably see us, but you're on the phone, but
Yeah.
anyway, we did, I think you saw what Megan put together, so.
Right, exactly. So that should cover all of the actual results for 25.
Yes.
And
Yep.
and I don't see anything here that gives me any concern. I think we're doing a good job with taxpayer money. And now, with that said, in our last meeting, I said that I would start to look at 2026 and forward budgets. But due to the holidays and the various other actions that I've been working on, that didn't get done. I will try to have it in place for discussion in March.
We got time. We just started 26, so it's good timing.
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you, Rick. Roger, you had a question, I think, somewhere
Yeah,
along the
I
line.
guess my question is, the contract that we just voted on, when will that start? Or has it already
It
started?
hasn't started. I don't do anything without approval.
Yeah, so when?
Hold on a minute. Let me,
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
just started.
It just started.
Okay.
So you're not doing anything different, but you're just charging now.
Right.
Yeah, here, hold on, Joe, you can
Exactly right.
make it official now. too. I think we need Rick's signature on there by the look of it as well.
Oh, we
so-
do?
Yeah, we won't be
Can
able
you
to start
sign
it
that a
officially.
minute?
Yeah, Rick, can you sign this?
I will.
Whenever you get back, Rick.
I'm assuming we're gonna start getting a lot of money in from the winter taxes, right? Pretty soon here. I see some from
That's
Ferries,
right.
some from Ferrisburg, and maybe some from the township.
Yep. Yeah, they usually come in
That's
around
right.
March is when they start coming in. Some of them are a little sooner. They all vary, right? Nobody comes in the same month, so they all come across whenever they just mail them in. Because they all collect. We don't collect. We just collect from the local units. The local units collect in their taxes.
Once a month they do it or something?
Well, they'll just reconcile with their own when they get them all in. Some of them have rolled in, but usually it's the bigger townships, the more people they have, it takes a little longer, so it could be April.
Okay.
I will say that this is an area that I would have almost no ability to actually audit. We've provided the information to the municipalities. They provide us with the revenues they collect on our behalf. I've seen nothing that leads me to be concerned that we may have inaccuracies here. But because it's not identified down to an address and a dollar value, et cetera, that's been, paid and submitted, that's not the kind of detail that we receive. We are counting on those municipalities to do the accounting properly. And so I certainly will keep my eye on that from location to location and do a reasonableness test, but I don't have an ability to drive it all the way down to, individuals.
Yeah, if we don't see them by May, then we start usually calling, because sometimes they forget.
And Rick, I know each of those municipalities has a annual audit or
Correct.
two, so they'll have their books looked at on the other end.
Yep, fair.
They know who doesn't pay taxes.
Maybe a different purpose.
Yeah, and that's
but
why we do continue to see some revenue coming in even second, third quarter because of late payments. So they collect that and then they forward that to us when it's received.
Correct.
So is it with the $130,000 that you mentioned, I'm not going to call it extra, but surplus, I guess it's extra. At some point, do we as a board need to decide what to do with that or to lower the rate or what's? I
That's
guess I
what I
can't
think the
plead new
budget
guy anymore. I've been
discussion
here for a
should
year,
be.
but
We know that, the budget that we established 3 or 4 years ago remains in effect. We've done a good job to get the alum treatment completed, the bonds issued, and the revenues from that. I think we are in as good or better a position than what we thought we would be at that time. In fact, I think we probably have more cash on hand than what was anticipated. And so, yes, we have some choices to make about what we do. Do we use it for certain, for watershed management activities, or do we, simply return it or cut short future taxation? We have a range of choices, but I think it begins with me providing, a financial overview of what our ongoing expenses will be, and then we can decide, do we have excess, or do we want to take action, spend action, or reduce a cost.
yeah, to your point, Rick, actually, we're early on in, and I don't want to, we shouldn't be counting our chickens before they hatch, so.
We don't know what kind of year we're gonna
Yeah,
have with
yep.
harvest again. All it takes is one more,
One
spring.
extra harvest and there it goes, so,
Yep.
okay, yep, that's fair. All right, could I get a motion to accept the treasurer's report, or financial report?
I'll motion.
All right, motion by Carly, second by anyone?
Second.
Second by Michelle. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? All right, motion to accept the financial report carries. All right, thank you again, Rick.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep.
I'll stay on the line, but I'll mute.
All right, sounds good. Consultant report, item 6. Take it away.
All right. So, yes, the plan for this year as far as the water quality, obviously with the, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me better now?
There you go.
So the water quality sampling is tied to the ice off, so all bets are off at this point, given the weather we've had. But typically it's late March, early April, where we do our spring sampling. So that'll be kind of telling to see, because that's typically when you have complete mixing of the bottom water and the surface water, so it'll be kind of telling to see what the reduction in phosphorus is. The initial, obviously, report that we issued last fall was that there was about a 95 to 97% reduction in the two deep basins, which is really, really good. So we're hoping that we see similar results for the spring. As far as the initial plant survey, that's typically done in May. As I mentioned last meeting, Jared is going to be taking over as the field crew chief. He's very familiar with not only Spring Lake, but the area. You used to live here, and you grew up here too, right? Yep, so very familiar. So should be a smooth transition there. We obviously bid out that harvesting work, and that was awarded to a company out of Illinois. So we're going to be kind of monitoring the conditions, whether it's necessary or not. Again, it's not a guaranteed contract, so there's no like minimum cost or anything like that. So that's kind of what the plan is for this year. Do you have anything to add, Jared? Or?
We're just working with the United States Army Corps of Engineers on permitting for the harvesting and how that's working out. Just waiting for a response from them. But the idea is basically that if a permit is required for being that Spring Lake is Section 10 waters, that permit would be under the Lake Improvement Board's name, because previous experience with these permits is they're open-ended, they don't have an expiration date. So that way, if you want to change vendors for harvesting down the road, or stop harvesting for a little bit and then start back up in the future, the permit will just be valid for essentially eternity.
There's no cost to the permit.
And there's no cost to the permit, but I'm still waiting back to hear from them whether or not we actually do need that permit. Based on information I've been able to gather, there's a slight chance we might not need it, but we're just still working out those details.
Jared, thank you, Paul.
So just a little, for people out there listening, the ice forming, we'll probably not lose as much water for evaporation.
Right,
It's one thing.
right.
But what does that think you do, what is that going to do for the algae blooms or potential? Because the chemistry in this ice, which is getting pretty thick, I'm sure, it's going to get colder
Right,
yet this
so
weekend.
typically there's overwintering structures for algae in particular that usually is in the benthos, which is the bottom sediments. It can be affected by the duration of ice cover and lack of sunlight. Sometimes that will delay the onset of algae, and obviously with the alum treatment, hopefully the source or the nutrient sources will be low enough that we don't expect to see as much algae this year, so.
I didn't think so, but I
Right.
just wanted to hear it from you.
Yep,
Okay.
no problem, yep.
Good question from a scientific perspective. Thank you. Anything else under item 6 there with that? No. All right, Paul, Jared, thank you. Technical committee update. Rick, are you still on the line, or?
Tim can
I
give an
I can
update.
too, yeah.
gonna take
So we
it.
really
I am,
have,
but I was muted.
okay. Yeah, we really haven't.
That's right. We didn't want to hear from you anyway. Jim's going to talk.
Since the last time, I think basically what we're doing at this point is waiting on seeing what we get for grant funding to be able to move forward with a watershed management plan. So I will leave that to Sarah to update you on that. But maybe something we could engage on as summer comes near is looking at potential areas for harvesting, and maybe run that through that committee to bring some recommendations to the board, since obviously we're not going to harvest the whole lake. We'd want to find out from residents what would be most impactful and who has an interest in doing that. So that's something we could engage in as the summer sets in, but otherwise it's up to grant funding to move forward with the rest of it. So
Perfect.
that's what we have.
All right. Anybody, anything else on that? Rick? Yeah, okay.
Nothing else for me.
All right. It's a little, I'm staring at the phone as if I'm staring at your face. I can't, yeah. All right, thank you, Rick. Thank you, Jim. Item number 8, update from WMP, Watershed Council grant proposal. Who's doing that one? Is that you, Sarah? All right.
Yeah, so last time I was here.
You have to push the button then.
Oh,
Okay, there we are. Last time I was here, I think it was November, I gave you guys kind of a basic budget of what we kind of may need to start doing some of the work this year on the WMP. What I provided more recently is a little bit more specific with some more specific numbers. It's still around 11,000. I think our final budget that we came up with for this starting to work on the WMP prior to a grant start potentially it was around 11,500, and that's mostly all just towards time and wages for me and Ben to basically start the process on this WMP work. As you guys know, we're already doing a lot of the field source monitoring type of work. We did a lot of that last year, and so there's just a couple of items that goes above and beyond what we originally included in our water quality monitoring initiative that is listed in here. And then some of the other items for this year is basically just kind of getting things started. Getting started on the, preparing a SIDMA community survey, starting to draft some of the more watershed characteristic chapters and things like that. And then hopefully this spring, we did submit the Watershed Council grant. I think it was December 10th that was submitted. And that budget is also included in here, so you can kind of see we requested a little over $39,000 through that to cover most of Ben and I's time on finishing that. And we should hear sometime this spring on whether we're being awarded or not. So basically, for now, I think we're just looking at getting approved for, I think it was around $11,550 for this year prior to the end of September 2026 in hopes that to start working on WMP work. More specifically, in hopes that we are also going to get that grant to help fill out the rest of the budget and finish that up next year. So, yeah, I had wanted to.
Do you want some money, Sarah? Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah. Give us some money. Our final budget did adjust slightly. I think some of our initial estimates for like the SIDMA community survey, which we typically utilize GVSU's social science lab to help us with the development and physical creation, and we mail out like surveys to folks, and they help with the dispersal of that and the analysis of the data. So they're really great with helping with that community survey aspect of it. So that was a little bit more expensive than we originally sort of estimated, but it's not too big of a difference. Maybe $1,500. So, but yeah, any questions?
Anyone? Any questions? Paul?
One small question. So does any of this go towards the co-op development or?
Yeah, so for our, we already have the QAP development, we already have all of our QAPs made for the monitoring work that we're already doing. But we may need to make another QAP for some of these other field inventory things like the septic survey or tile outlet survey, and then as well for the SIDMA survey that does require.
Basically just updating it, not creating.
Yeah, we're basically it's like basically the same document, but just adding in maybe some of the other things we're doing, and then the QAP one usually, or the SIDMA survey for the community survey has its own QAP usually too. So, or quality assurance project plan for those who don't know what QAP
I
means.
was just going to ask, is that QAP?
Yes.
Quality
it's a
Assurance Plan.
Quality Assurance Project Plan, I believe it stands for.
You got that, Michelle? You're taking notes. I don't know if you could get QAP.
Wow.
I don't know if you're,
QAP is just so fun to say.
it's just fun. I wanted to say it again. QAP. Does everybody want a chance to say that?
QAPP.
Okay,
So-
all right. Roger says no, he's good.
Okay. But yeah, we've got the majority of we've got quite a lot of monitoring data already completed in this last year. We just have a little bit more that we need to do as part of the monitoring initiative this year. I think it's focusing more on finishing up some culvert surveys and then a second round of agricultural tillage surveys. And then obviously the additional inventories that we have listed here that wasn't a part of our bigger monitoring initiative plan.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Did I hear in there somewhere that we need a motion to allocate a certain amount of money to this?
I think it was, I think in your agenda it says 11,000.
Yeah.
Our like final official number was 11,550.
$1,550.
I don't know if that 550.
When are we gonna start seeing some like results?
We do have some very initial results as far as some of our data. We're still waiting on some of the MST, the microbial source tracking data to come back, or the analysis from the lab. That tells us, in particular for E. coli, where the DNA of where that E. coli is coming from, whether it's like livestock or human. And so the GVSU is still finalizing that analysis. Otherwise, we do have a lot of the concentration data, and we do have some initial maps made, and we can share those with you ASAP. But there's some we have some initial number data.
So you,
for
so are you getting a good
concentrations.
feeling of where the issues could be
Yeah,
with
we're already
Spring
starting
Lake?
to get a feel. We've got a number of different E. coli and phosphorus, definitely an issue in a number of places. And chlorides, we're also seeing some high spikes in a number of places as well. And I think my initial thoughts is that, while agriculture probably has a little bit of, in like the headwaters, some of that, but I think we're gonna find that there's gonna be a lot of human E. coli issues as well. And I think we'll see that when we get the MST data, I'm assuming, because in the areas where we're finding high E. coli, we also know there's not as much agriculture in that area already, so we're assuming we're gonna see that, but we'll see when the data comes in. But we're definitely seeing where there's some hot spots of issues already.
Sarah, is that from septic systems?
Most likely
Most
septic
likely?
systems, yeah. That's typically where you see the human E. coli come from.
So what about birds? All the geese, there's definitely a problem with
They
geese.
can be, yep. You can do MST testing for that as well. The problem with MST is that it gets doing the analysis for that does get very expensive. So we kind of have to be a little bit more picky on what we test for. So we typically only test for the human genome to figure that out. And then we assume the rest of it is animals of some sort. But as far as I'm aware, geese and birds might be a significant part of it, or it might be very small. I guess I don't have an exact answer there.
Because for years, they were looking at ways to not attract geese and ducks, along the beach fronts. And then, so yeah, I know John Nash has been always preaching about the septic systems around the lake.
Yep, yeah, and we did testing, obviously, in a number of the tributaries, and we did do some testing. I think we had 2 testing sites in Spring Lake itself as well. So we're looking at a lot of the surrounding area as well as what's coming into the lake.
Now, could any of that be coming from the Grand River too, or from upstream, or not necessarily?
Well, it wouldn't be coming from the Grand River because it goes, the Spring Lake goes into the Grand River. But
Correct.
so yeah, Norris, we have testing in the Norris Creek, which is like that main headwater in
The
there.
only
So
time it would come from the Grand is if it's like a flood condition.
yeah, if it's coming
Correct.
off
I just
the,
didn't know if past flooding and waves, if it'll push the water back. I just didn't know if that would
Yeah.
ever
Yeah,
have a
if you
problem.
get a sage or something,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, just curious.
any other questions?
So the preliminary numbers will come out soon.
Yep.
Just wondering when we should invite you back to put you on the agenda for an actual presentation, and we may want to
Maybe I
publicize
can-
it a little bit. but-
Maybe once we get the information back on the MST analysis, we'd be able to give you a more fuller picture as like what things are looking like so far. I think maybe I can let you know once we receive that back from GVSU and they complete that analysis. And once we get that, then we'll probably be able to give you a better picture of what we've collected so far.
Oh, it'd
So-
be great to have that and to have a map of some sort up there so we can,
We do have at least one map made already. It is on our website right now. You can take a look at it. And it was the same map we shared at the Finance Committee meeting
yep.
at the county on Spring Lake, just highlighting the E. coli concentrations. So there's some stuff originally out already, but we should have some more available soon.
thank you, sir. Anybody else have any questions? All right, nice job.
And I guess as far as utilizing funds, we can do things like reimbursement or upfront. I guess I don't know how you guys want to set that up as far as doing the work and reimbursements throughout the year, but yeah, I guess we can send like an MOA or something or a contract next week or.
Have you invoiced us for the $11,550 yet, or?
No, but I can, if you want to do, we can talk about it maybe as if you want to do a lump sum or reimbursement based or whichever.
Okay.
So.
We gotta make a motion yet.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
need to make a motion.
Make a motion to approve it, but,
Um,
so that's just, we can have that conversation afterwards, once you approve doing that.
Sounds good.
Cool. Okay.
So would anyone care to make at this point, let's call it a motion to authorize up to $11,550 to be paid to Ottawa Conservation District for preliminary WMP work.
So moved.
All right.
Support.
Moved by Jim, second by Joe. Any other discussion? All right, this is a dollar amount, so Michelle, if you call the roll when you're ready.
Okay, and this was for preliminary MP work?
WMP.
Preliminary WMP
Yeah, okay.
work. Motion to authorize up to $11,550 to be paid to the Ottawa Conservation District for preliminary WMP work.
So is this the total bill, or is this just part of the bill?
Just to get it started.
Yep, this is just to get started, and the goal is that, apply for that grant for an additional 39,000.
We had discussions with the technical committee about, is there something we could do to get ahead of it rather than just sitting and waiting for the grant funding and doing nothing and then trying to catch up later on? And that was her proposal, that those were the pieces that she could start on right away so that when the grant funding comes in, we're already a step ahead. Since we know we need a watershed management plan regardless, we thought best to get working on it.
Sounds good.
Then your odds of getting the grant with this 11,000 pretty much up front, as like a match.
Well, yeah, so that was, we submitted the grant already, of course. and
Correct.
You know that we're working.
Correct.
That,
Scorecard. The scorecard will be pretty well, so.
All right. Anybody else? All right. Go for it.
Hey, Josh Bruger,
Yes.
Joe Bush,
Yes.
Rick, oh, okay, Michelle Hazekamp, yes. Jim Walters,
Yes.
Carly Schultz,
Yes.
Dave Billinghurst,
Yes.
Roger Vanderstout.
Yes.
Right, and all yes, motion
All right.
carries.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. And thank you again, Sarah. By the way, when I said, "Hey, Sarah," a minute ago, my phone turned on thinking I was saying, "Hey, Siri," and it started to pull up septic system evaluations. So, all right. Item number 9, Communication Committee Establishment Vote. I guess you guys will have to help me out on that one. Who's in charge with this?
Carly is,
Carly's in
the
charge.
one thing is what was brought up was whether the board wanted to, because right now there is not a formal communications committee. Whether the board wanted to have to make a motion to form that committee, that's one of the items on the list. I don't know if you want to do that first or might make sense to do that, but we do have other things related to communication as well.
That sounds good. In such a motion, do we have any idea on how many members we want? I guess what I'm saying is, if we're going to make a motion, I'd like it to be motion to establish a communications committee comprised of 1 member of the board and our consultant and 2 members at large, or something like that.
That would be appropriate, I think. Yeah.
Well, maybe I just made the motion there. Would anyway, I guess I could get somebody else. I think the chair should make the motion. So the suggested motion would be to approve the creation of a Spring Lake Lake Board Communications Committee that includes 1 member of the board, our consultant, and 2 members at large. Would anyone care to make that motion?
That motion.
Motion by Joe. Anyone care to second it?
I'll second it.
And seconded by Roger. All right, any other discussion on that?
Included 1 member of the board
Yep.
and
The board's consultant, which at the moment is Paul.
Yes, that.
We'll just leave it open
for.
we'll leave the name open, the consultant, yeah.
okay, and
2 members at large, 2 community members at large. Can we suggest a friendly amendment on that? 2 Spring Lake residents, residents who live on, something to that effect. To,
Residents that live on the lake,
yeah, Spring Lake residents,
Spring Lake residents.
Spring Lake residents at large. There we go. Nothing like drafting motions on the fly. What could go wrong?
I'm happy to amend that motion.
Okay, so I guess we'd amend by Joe, and Roger, are you good with the amendment? Or specified that they live on Spring Lake?
Yeah, I was gonna specify just what you said.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Michelle, are you feeling good with that one?
Okay, so it was at first it was 2 community members.
2 Spring Lake residents, or residents who
That
live
was the
on
first
Spring Lake.
motion?
Lakefront residents.
Yeah, we
Lakefront
just did a
residents.
friendly amendment. You don't even need to do the amendment.
Are these likely to be people who are currently paying the tax?
Yes.
So they have to be
I think that's appropriate.
they're paying.
lakefront residents.
Right, I think that should be clear.
Yep.
Okay.
Spring Lake.
We have 2 in the, maybe volunteering already.
Yeah, right now, might have
Right
them
now.
step up. We'll see. All right, you feel good with that?
Yeah,
Close enough? Okay. Do you want?
include the amendment because,
Oh, it was a friendly amendment on the fly. I think
Yep.
you're okay.
okay. All right.
As
so
long
it'll
as the
be-
motioner and the seconder are good with it,
Absolutely.
and they both are.
Repeat what you got there, though.
Okay, move to create and establish a communications committee that includes 1 member of the board consultant, and 2 community lakefront residents at large.
Spring Lake lakefront.
Spring
Just to
Lake
make sure we get the
lakefront.
right.
Yeah.
We don't need Lloyd's Bayou people going to.
Okay.
Village is Spring Lake too, so it could be a little confusing.
Yeah.
Lakefront property owners, if we want to have someone who's paying the
Lake.
tax be represented.
Okay, and 2 community Spring Lake
Lakefront members,
Members,
Property.
front
or property owners.
property owners. There we go.
property owners at large.
Okay. So we've got a motion and a second. I guess before we vote on it, I'll ask a question about the motion we just created. We've got front lots and we've got back lots. It would seem that the way that we just drafted that, this would only allow for people who are actually on the lake rather than on the back lots.
And don't the back lots have frontage, though? They have,
Still taxed for
They're still
being on
taxed.
the
They're
lake.
paying 300.
Next, they don't have frontage per se, but yeah, they have access to the lake, yes.
And we want to make sure that they're able to participate if they want to.
But you could just say that the community members have to be in the special assessment district.
That's the best way to put it
That'll
right
work.
there,
the owners.
within the special assessment district. Thank you, Paul.
For the record, I'm fine with that.
Okay. And then, one other question, I suppose, is do we want to make this an ad hoc committee, so it's a trial run for a year? Or do we want to make it, just go with it? If I'm asking a silly question, you let me know.
Question, I think we
Okay.
can dissolve it whenever
Yeah,
we
just
feel
have
like
it on
it.
there.
Just
and-
go with it.
Just go with it.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Any other discussion? Now that I got my questions answered, I'm happy. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, next, Paul, what's your next item?
I'll let Jared take over here, but, so there was some discussion, I think, maybe 2 meetings ago, about a proposal to update the Spring Lake website. We have since, speaking of Progressive, has since done a couple of these refreshes, or at least one, we're working on another one. So we basically determined we can probably do it for the cost that we're currently getting, because it wasn't as, I mean, it's still involved, but it wasn't as bad as what we anticipated. So what Jared has up on the screen right now is an example. The idea is to have everything, navigability at the homepage. You can basically get to any page from the homepage, and then it kind of explains, more in detail by clicking, but it's more user-friendly, I would say, is a big plus. It maybe explains like the mission of the board a little better and what the different information sources are and that type of thing. So I don't know if you probably don't have the existing one up, do you, or?
Yep.
Oh, you do have. So yeah, it's a little bit, I mean, the one we have is fine, but it is a little bit of scrolling required. And so it's not as like fluent as the other website that we're or the formatting that we're proposing.
It is a step forward, but this is subjective, but it definitely looks
Yeah, the boxes,
help.
yeah, they do.
A little more
Yep.
easier on the eyes. Yep.
Does it format for the phone?
Yes. Yep.
That was one of our big questions.
Yes, it
Okay.
does.
Yeah, I don't know, I have to grab my
Yeah,
phone and,
I
is it,
can't use my phone because Rick's on there, but
This one is just LLIBOrleans.org. It's a lake improvement board over in Ionia.
Go way down the bottom, Jared, can you scroll? There, okay, keep going.
Did work on the phone, at least their website worked on the phone, but there were some
Oh, that's far, okay.
overlapping stuff that made it a little, wasn't perfect, but.
Yeah, essentially, you can also search, so if someone just wanted to search, like the word LG, if they were curious about that, it brings up different stuff, or if they want treatment. Well, they should search bar, but, so, yeah, and basically what this comes from is, some of these improvement boards have updated their websites, and we've created a updated template, so that's what makes it a lot easier than we originally thought. So basically, this information that's in here just gets
there is
transferred to
one
this.
thing I would say, the caveat I would say is this particular example has a lot less information than what Spring Lake has. So it would be a little more involved, but it's still, the formatting is.
I just pulled it up on my phone and it does work quite well. Much better than our current one had been working.
So Paul or Jared, quick question. Is there a map of the assessment district or what, a map of Spring Lake? The
I
watershed
think-
map?
So we have a watershed map. Yes, there is. It's probably on the watershed page.
I don't remember seeing it on there, but maybe I,
Yeah, there you go. It's not, yeah, we can make it a little easier.
I was gonna say if we
to
can
find,
make that
yeah.
one a
I think
little
that was the
easier.
big thing is-
I know it's
there's-
big. I mean, Spring
yeah,
Lake is,
Yep.
Yeah, I think the limitations with this current website that we found in the old style was it's a lot of, you kind of have to read through the text and you see these little, like, click here.
you gotta click there.
But if someone just skips through this looking for an image to click on or a box like this has, something a little more friendly or Lake Facts or the links and info, we found this too. If, they can just scroll and find.
Yeah. I think Liberines could use a map of their lake too.
It is on the Lake Facts, I think there's a map.
Oh, is it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, something like that. Oh, perfect. Like that for the Spring Lake would be great.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was added to the website as of recently. on the homepage. So it's just at the bottom, the assessment info basically breaks it down by, you know, what type of lot you are, marinas, your unit of benefit, the annual assessment, and the approximate parcel count for each of those.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just added on there.
Yep.
Yep.
Which is good.
All these boats.
I would agree, it's not,
Got that many boats.
not proportional. My question too is how long has that been set and has it ever been
Right, has it ever
modified for
changed?
inflation
That's a
or
good question.
ever re-looked at?
It was, I think, based on a percentage of it. Yeah, it was modified during the hearing process, but maybe not to the level that some people wanted, so.
I would agree, certainly that marinas are not proportional to individual landowners in terms of lake usage.
Smith's Bridge, holiday weekend, we
Yep.
can already coming down almost to parking anywhere out.
Is, you know, one thing I know, we ought to be able to update, if a marina has added slips, we ought to be able to account for that and see if they bump up into one of these other categories. It's not the number of slips, it's the in and out. Got it.
Big in out.
Yep.
Okay.
Have time to go over that.
Probably an oversight in terms of how that assessment was made. Look at that.
I think we looked at it, if I remember right. There's something up with that because they don't really own waters. And there was something about that assessment. You guys, you were around, I know it was Tony, but.
Probably Tony that looked into that, but I think you're right, it was looked into.
Well, it was looked into, because at the hearing, there was people going, well, what if they add another 100 boats in and out, but they're still paying less than the average marina? There was something to do with the state law, because the water right, they don't own so much water, you know, like a marina.
Okay.
But we did look into it, but we could always modify it maybe as what you're talking
I
about.
think the other thing that was brought up was if there was like a local zoning ordinance that would affect that as well, that could kind of amount of boats or.
Oh, in and out traffic.
What was the venue for setting those fees? What body set those fees?
The lake board, yeah, it was
Like-
agreed upon.
About
That was
2
before
and a
your
half
time,
years
but
ago.
yeah.
That is established.
The Lake Board has the ability to do that then?
Yes.
The Lake Improvement Board has set the assessment district and they set the unit of benefit. That's really what you would be,
Correct.
yeah, you're not necessarily, the annual assessment amount is just based on your unit of benefit. And so the discrepancy is that, is a marina with over 200 slips only 10 units of benefit, or should it be greater than that? Or if you get to a point where it gets to, you know, you need to be more specific, like 200, anything over 250 is this, and, you know.
So I believe the marinas came to those hearings.
Yes, they did.
I remember them showing up and speaking to us about it. And there's something, you're right, something about the law with in and out is
I would
tricky.
say other lakes that we work with that have marinas on them, this formula is similar to that. But I think because of the proximity to like Lake Michigan, the amount of tourism that you have here, it likely is a bigger factor than it is on a normal inland lake.
Well, I'm thinking on maybe a further discussion item on another agenda. We've got the website that we're supposed to be looking at. I guess I got to bring us back to the focus, although good conversation. Anything else on this, or do you need us to say go for it, or what? You're going to able to just do
We're
it?
basically just
Yeah, we-
asking permission if you want to go with that format versus what currently is.
Yeah.
I think it's more user-friendly, so I mean, I'd be happy to make a motion to switch over, if it's a cost.
There's no cost involved because it's a line item.
No,
Yeah.
excellent. Then please do it. Do you need us to motion to do that, or you just?
Oh, just moved.
I
I'll
think we
second.
should probably have a
All
motion.
right,
Should.
Yep.
all right. Motion by Joe, second by Michelle to direct Progressive to update our website. How's that? So that it looks more like the liberines.org website. Good with that, Michelle? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. All right, Spring Lake Resident Communications.
Jer-
Yep. So I think
I have to head out, so I apologize for.
Yeah, we are getting close to 5 o'clock, aren't we? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't keep us moving fast enough,
Cut you
guys.
off.
Oh, you leaving?
Yes.
Stop by me on the way by.
No problem.
Oh, and Rick had to go off too, yep. You gonna take Rick with you?
All right,
right,
so
Jared,
yeah,
go for it.
we passed out this Spring Lake Lake Board new homeowner packet at the beginning of the meeting. This was kind of generated from the last meeting. I think the Spring Lake Township had inquired about, you know, what if someone new to the lake moves on to the lake? Is there any sort of packet or information that can be provided to them when they get there, kind of as a welcome to the lake, and just give some updates on, you know, you're a part of the Special Assessment District, this is what the Lake Improvement Board is, you know, who it's composed of, general information, and some facts, and as well as, you know, shoreland management, Q&A or FAQ document as well. So this is kind of what we generated as a draft that can be utilized. You know, feel free to read through it and provide comments. You know, once we feel like we have a good finalized packet down, we can then provide that to not only the board, but also the township. So when they send out, or the township, so when they send out their, you know, annual assessment information and stuff like that, it can be provided to any updates, or if a new resident purchases a home, this can be sent to them,
Probably send this.
essentially. So, yeah, first page is just the Spring Lake Lake Board, the members, and that would be updated continually based on, you know, who are the current Lake Board members. General information, just describing how the Lake Board was established, who it's comprised of, and kind of all the properties, as well as that special assessment info that we just looked at. Basically outlining all the different unit of benefits, you know, who's affected and everything. That's on page 1.
So the homework assignment is for us to review this and come back to the next meeting with any suggested changes? Or
Essentially.
email you with any
Yeah,
suggested
or
changes?
email,
Okay.
and we can make those updates essentially, or if there's, you know, something like we need to expand on it, there needs to be more information than just what is here, that can be provided too. And the goal is, yeah, just to provide an informational document that can be distributed to new homeowners. You know, if this is something that we feel that wants to be distributed more than just new homeowners, then that can be discussed too, but that's kind of the goal of this document, and
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Thank you.
Yep.
We'll send you feedback if we have any. And then maybe at the next meeting, we can, what do we vote, to authorize you to print them or something like that?
Yeah, we can do it that way. Essentially, the idea, I think, was just to give this document PDF to the townships.
Oh,
To
okay.
then, as they
That's
get
even better.
information of new residents, they would
Yep.
just, whether they email it to someone or they actually print it out themselves and send it in the mail. By all means, if it's decided that this should be sent to all the residents currently, that can be discussed of creating a mailing, but, you know, that would be at whoever the cost of mailings is for
Yeah.
however many residents there are, but.
Kind of an expensive undertaking there, but we can decide that at a later date. All right. Item 4, social media posts.
Yeah,
Is that
so
you, Carly? Yeah.
we have the Facebook page up and running, and I made events for every single meeting that we have posted for the year. And so this week I joined a bunch of the local informed groups and shared it with several of them just to kind of get it out there. So, and I guess I could do that, for each, just within a week of before the meeting or so. And, yeah, just another way to get the information out there. And if anybody has any other input they want me to add to the Facebook page, we can certainly discuss that or send it to me or whatever. So, yeah.
Thank you. I'm actually pulling it up right now just to take a peek.
Yeah, I just had like an intro at the very bottom of the page is how that works. Just, welcome to a page, and then added the meeting so far. It's all that I've really done, so.
All right.
Online viewers on our live stream right now.
Hey,
Here we go.
it's working.
Popularity's going to surge for our meetings at some
Yeah,
point, I'm
we only
sure.
have 11
Once
followers
people
so
find
far,
out.
but
We're gonna go
feel free to
viral.
share it, and we can get some more followers. So,
All right, anybody have any comments or feedback for Carly? All right, well, thank you. Great job. Really, really appreciate that.
no problem.
All right, new business. We've got some invoices apparently. Jared, is that you or is that? Oh, Carly's gonna sneak away. All right. Thank you, Carly.
People though, so.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
I didn't think we have any.
I don't think we have any yet that I'm aware of, so,
You don't have any?
nope.
I think we just put it on there just in case there was any
Okay,
And it's just a recurring,
reoccurring on the
Okay.
agenda. Yep.
got it. So nothing new there.
Nope.
See you, Carly. Thank you. Well, that brings us to public comment. Come on up. And actually, you got to use the microphone because then you're, then the folks online
I
will
just want to find out, how do we?
grab it
at
and take it to
home-
your seat if you want. I don't, yeah.
How do we at home get this? How do we view this?
Oh, the website? Oh.
Yeah, like right now, you said we're
The
on.
live stream?
Yeah.
It is
I just
on-
How
Google
do we
searched
do
it
that?
and I
Yep.
just put in Spring Lake Lakeboard live stream and it pulled up.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's what you say. I'm
There's
not
there's
real
probably
good at
another
this.
way to get it, but I just did a Google search.
Live stream,
Yeah,
right?
you're actually on TV right now.
Yeah, so
Spring Lake, so it's Spring Lake
Lake
Government live
Government.
stream.
okay, live stream.
Yep.
Okay,
And then after, I noticed that after the videos are stopped and recorded, I'm not sure who goes in and does it, but they have been labeling them Spring Lake Lakeboard.
okay.
I was able to find the November meeting on there. I didn't find one prior to that. I'm not sure if we had been uploading them or saving them at that point, but now we're hopefully in the loop.
Okay, good. One more question. What is required for that communication committee? Like you said, you want two, residents?
Yeah, at the
What's
moment, it's
required
two
of
residents,
us?
but I don't know. We didn't flesh that one out too much more, did
What
we?
are we required to do?
Oh,
Or whatever?
as a part of the committee?
Yeah, yep.
Oh,
Probably yet to be determined, I would say, the committee
Okay,
would, yeah.
so who determines this?
it's very convenient that Carly, our communications person, just left. She probably could have helped answer that
So we can ask her at the
question.
next meeting or
It
something.
sounds
Okay.
good. We'll let
Okay.
her.
And then, how much is the grant? How much are we applying for this grant? That Sarah's,
39,000 and some
okay,
change.
that's,
Yep.
okay, 39,000? Okay. And if we get approved on
Right.
this grant,
That's right.
we don't get reimbursed from that 11,000 that she's doing this no, okay,
That's our
okay.
contribution.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's all we're going for
And
is
the grant
39,000.
came in
And that's for the
significantly less.
watersheds, right?
Right, and the grant came in significantly less than we originally anticipated because of their involvement in being able to perform those tasks at a much reduced rate.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right, good. All right.
In the
that's
future, we'll be able to say, look back at the XYZ meeting online, because I know we did discuss that, so that'll
Okay.
be
Not
helpful.
only are they doing it at a reduced rate, they're also applying for the grant on our behalf. So
Okay.
it's just the best of both worlds, really.
And this report is nice and everything. And we're deciding how to get this now out to everybody? What they handed out earlier?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
How can we get this?
our assignment as board members at the moment is to review it and send feedback in to
Okay.
Jared. And then at our next meeting, we'll decide what to do with it.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think
that's
this
it.
is for more new home, well, it's public comment, I guess.
yeah, it's common, I mean, it's tailored
Thank
towards
you.
new homeowners for
thank
the
you.
information. And then most likely, we would probably post it on the website too, just
We're gonna need a lot of cooperation from the Ferrisburg,
Yeah,
Spring Lake.
local units.
How are we gonna know who's moving, who's a
Correct.
member along the lake?
Right, yeah, it would just, yeah, there's some coordination there. I think Mr. Gallagher from Spring Lake Township had some ideas
Yeah,
on doing
he
that.
seemed like he was definitely on board.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Collaborate with him on how best to handle that.
And I think if John were here, he would say, and each of us should go back to our boards and present it once we have the final copy and so forth. Yeah.
Well, another thing too, what about handing them out to local realtor
Yep, another way to do it.
offices?
Yeah.
And just say, hey, if you happen to be selling a house on Spring Lake, we do have this guide that we would like new homeowners to have.
Yeah, that's definitely an option
good.
too, so.
Definitely
Give
all the
them
title
one, they
companies.
can make more copies
Right, there.
themselves, yeah.
I want to wait till after they sign the agreement, or, because, oh, I have to pay more taxes?
Sharpie out the assessment.
Well, yeah,
cost you
after it
$600
has been
additional.
sold, then, oh, by
No,
the way,
I'm kidding,
here.
I'm kidding. Oh, that's good. All right, any other public comment? We cover it? Okay, thank you very much. Our next meeting is set for March 25 at 6 PM.
Hey, Josh?
Yeah,
I got one other thing before,
Yeah, Roger, go ahead. Public comment from the board, how about that?
yeah, comment for the board. Okay, well, we had a little mishap in the village of Fruitport. And I don't have all the information right here, but, okay, there was a barge, tugboat sitting at 12 Circle Drive. Well, all of a sudden, one day, it decided to leak out diesel fuel all over the lake.
Oh,
Okay, Fruitport immediately got there, they contained it, they brought hazmat in, so on and so forth and everything. That's what I just spoke to Paul about on the way out. I can forward this email that I have right here that has drone information, so on and so forth. I could, and if anybody else would like this, I can forward that to them too. But they do have it all cleaned up and everything was cleaned up, but now the aftermath of trying to figure out who's gonna pay for it and all that other neat stuff.
how long ago was that, Roger?
I
Was it
think it was in December.
December, okay, so it just recently happened. I had not heard about that. Joe, had you heard about that one? or-
No, then usually I get the phone calls
Yeah.
anytime something like that happens, so it must have been
Up in
just caught by.
Muskegon, I'm betting, maybe got the.
Yeah,
It was
like I
in
say, it was at
Muskegon,
12,
Yeah,
12 Circle Drive.
Got a call on that.
Were they able
I
to get
did,
booms
but
in the
I did
water?
hear
to-
about it. Now, was the boat in the water or
Yeah,
out of the
it
water?
was in the water.
It was in the water.
Yeah, it's been there for probably 3-4 months.
A commercial tug.
Correct. So
Okay.
they have all the information, they have all the names, stuff like that off the boat itself.
Presumably, they have insurance for a
Insurance,
commercial
typically
tug.
insurance.
Ho-
do the
Hopefully,
cleanup.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd say forward that to the rest of the board members would be great.
sure, I can do that. Okay, just, I'll send it to Paul, that's what I talked to
Oh,
him
so
about.
Paul can get it out to all of us. Yeah.
But there's actually a report through the Fruitport Township Public Service, you know, the police report or alarm report or whatever it was, but, so I don't have that right now, otherwise I just thought of that, just to make sure that I let the board know what was going on.
Oh, okay. I'm glad they caught that. It sounds like fairly quickly.
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember who they called in, the hazmat people. You would probably know, one of the
Typically, they
boats.
suck it right off the top and
Yeah,
they
that's-
catch it with a containment,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
netting, not netting, but the
The
buoys.
booms,
the
yeah.
booms.
We had one by
And they
us
collect
a
it.
number of years back, and the Coast Guard put booms in and then monitored the diesel fuel spill with a helicopter until they had it
yeah, they
completely
did this one
contained.
with a drone.
Drone.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll forward this information to everyone, so that's what I have.
Thank you, Roger. Dave, Joe, Michelle, Jim, anything? No?
Good.
Just wondering, Jared, if you might add, if you could, or maybe get this to Paul, after public comment, maybe have, what are we, commissioners? No, we're board member.
Commissioners Beard? Or
Whatever we are, comments.
Yeah.
Board member comments.
Board member comments.
Yep.
Yeah, then that'll just remind me to go around the horn.
Yep.
All right, so then our next meeting date is March 25, 6 PM, and we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are.